sack.
Chat is demanding this story.
I can't do it. Oh, man. All right. Look, there are two stories. It's not just one. It's not just one.
This is not Rob Liefeld. This is Bob Ziefeld. Different.
I missed the whole story, didn't I? God.
No, Ethan, nobody wants to hear a story about George Washington whipping his slaves.
I don't think that's a valid comparison. Ethan, tell the story.
Yeah, see, there you go. Snap. Orlando,
All right, let me tell you the story. Now, I want you to imagine that you're an 18-year-old boy. You have dreamed forever. You watched that 501 commercial. You watched Rob Liefeld zip up his fly. And you thought,
Kelsey Shannon.
Button his fly. You thought to yourself, if only I could help Rob in some way.
Zip up his fly?
You don't have to say it, John. My jokes kind of hang like that. You're supposed to make...
You like the dead air. Sorry.
I was only 2 years old at the time. Go on.
All right, so imagine that. Imagine that somehow you find your way over to Rob Liefeld's studio. It's called Extreme Studios. It's extreme. They're producing extreme comic books, and Rob's doing his own thing. He's letting you do your own thing, in which you get... Your cover says "Rub the Blood."
Yes.
It says "Rub the Blood."
Dan
And you
Fraga's
rub
cover.
it. You rub it, and the blood turns pink.
Yes.
Completely fucking makes sense. All right.
Ethan tells stories like fucking fairy tales. not that they're fake, but like them old school like fairy tales that have like truth to them. Go ahead.
Probably not any good at it.
We didn't even get at the part where he asked if he could make suction with his mouth.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go.
So somehow you managed to work your way into the cool kid realm by looking a little bit like, a little bit like Vanilla Ice, by having a little bit of style to you, a little bit of swagger. You become part of the group, and there are 4 seats in Rob Liefeld's Jeep. There are 4. One of them is occupied by Rob. There are 3 other seats in which other people from the studio can sit.
Is this like that Jeep from Zoolander when they're all like bobbing their heads and stuff?
Right.
There are 3 seats in which other people can sit. They're privileged to sit and go to Taco Bell for lunch with Rob Liefeld. And imagine the privilege of getting to sit in a seat in Rob Liefeld's Jeep and go to Taco Bell for lunch with Rob Liefeld, your boss, your idol, your surrogate big brother.
Sorry.
Now you get in the seat, you go to Taco Bell. This is what you do every single day. You go to Taco Bell with Rob Liefeld. And Rob Liefeld goes to the window. And by the way, Rob Liefeld, he's hit you before.
I've heard this.
He didn't mean to.
Wait, what did you say? What did you order?
I said he's hit you before. But you try to forget that. He's your friend. Rob's got a lot of stress. He's got a lot of things that he's worried about. If he hits you every now and then and just lets off a little bit of...
Wait,
It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Rob Liefeld hit you?
Not me. I didn't work there.
This is a story, Kelsey.
Well, I thought it was his story. Excuse me.
He only hit you because he loves you so much, baby.
That's right. And that's why he's taking you to Taco Bell. Now you go to Taco Bell and Rob Liefeld, you're in a mini mall. You're in a strip mall. And Rob Liefeld goes up to the window. He goes, I'm going to have 1 chicken soft taco. What are you going to have? And you say, I'm going to have 1 beef soft taco. The other guys order their things. They get their own bag. Your tacos are in a single bag. Rob Liefeld drives his Jeep across the parking lot. He needs to go to Radio Shack because people fucking need radios at Radio Shack. You go to Radio Shack, you park. Rob Liefeld goes in to get some batteries, and
With
you
high
reach into
energy.
the bag.
Wait. I want to know some detail. Did everyone else in the car get exactly what Rob Liefeld did?
No, they got their own shit. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're sitting in the front seat. You're in the bitch seat with Rob Liefeld. You got one single bag, 2 tacos are in it, one is yours. And you reach into it while Rob is getting his batteries. And you bite into it, and to your horror, you bite into chicken. And you know.
This is the greatest story I've ever heard.
Those are Rob's. Those are Rob's.
You know that's Rob's chicken taco. And
This
you
is
know,
basically the Godfather for current year. This is the greatest story ever told.
and you know that when Rob Liefeld comes out, your idol, your boss, your surrogate big brother, comes out of Radio Shack with his batteries in hand, and he wants to reach into the bag, and he realizes that you've bitten into his chicken taco. You know a beating is coming your way. Because that's what happens.
Oh,
Rob Liefeld delivers beatings when people take his chicken soft tacos. He's done it before.
Well, yeah, if you take one taco, you're going to take all his tacos. You can't let that go. It's prison rules.
yeah. Did he do that? Was he like, fuck it, I'm not gonna eat one taco now that you've eaten one taco?
I think the Big Lebowski has the perfect quote for this. This aggression cannot stand, man.
Yeah.
A
Rob's got to
million,
fix this shit.
a million options race through your mind at 100,000 miles an hour. Should I get out of the Jeep?
No. Light speed.
Should I run across the parking lot of the mini mall, run to the Taco Bell, and risk and get a chicken taco, a new one, and risk getting back to the Jeep in time, unruffled, before Rob Liefeld comes out with his batteries and avoid the beating?
Yes.
Should I pretend that both of the tacos were beef tacos?
We went up
And maybe-
50 viewers since this story started.
Should I pretend that both of the tacos in the bag were beef tacos and the Taco Bell merely made a horrible, horrible mistake that they need to pay for, not
Appreciate
me?
that one. That's a good one.
Oh man, tell me.
No, because the receipt is going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tell me you were just honest and were like, shit, dude, I fucking ate
Why do you think this was me? I never worked for Rob Liefeld.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's
Dan
someone
Fraga.
else. Thank.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Frag a boom.
He's the one that drew the rub the blood cover.
All right.
I would have eaten that taco and been like, fuck, dude. Sorry, man.
All right, what was the conclusion?
Was that he decided to freeze and do nothing, and he took a beating from Rob Liefeld for eating the chicken taco.
He
And that's
deserved
you
it.
got to take a beating.
But
Everybody has to take a beating sometime, as they said in Goodfellas.
Yeah, he deserved it.
So
Was it Dan Fraga?
Huh?
Was it Dan Fraga?
I cannot say.
Fraga,
But it's the same individual after this situation took place.
Let's call him
Same.
Dia.
The same individual. They go to Orlando. MegaCon 1996. What a great time in Orlando, Florida.
I thought the original story happened in MegaCon 1996.
No. This was at work. This was a common thing. You finish your work for the day. You go to lunch with Rob Liefeld at the local Taco Bell.
It's less dramatic when it's just a regular day at work. I thought it was a convention story.
It's just a regular day. That's the horror of it, Zach. Don't misunderstand the horror of the banality of this story, because it happened all the time.
But these are teeny tiny fists.
Ooh, Rob.
Yeah, they're just little fists, baby. Don't get mad.
yeah, it's honestly, it's that's
All right, I'll stop here. That's it. I have more. I can go on and paint a horrible picture, but I'm not going to.
Dude, if you ever listen to Panosian, again, Panosian has got some fucking horror stories about dealing with. I mean, like, he worked with the guy, he inked him and shit for years, man.
Mhm.
I was like, I love Rob Liefeld, and he's like, dude,
Yeah.
he told me some of the first stories I ever heard about him, but I'm still like, I'm with him. The story you're telling about Taco Bell, man, I've dealt with just regular people. You know, it's people are weird about their Taco Bell.
Well, I'll tell you, I could tell you the MegaCon story that goes on from there. But you know, I mean, Dan Panosian probably has some good stories too. Everybody that I talked to, the reason why I know these stories is I was going to go ahead and do a whole story about Rob Liefeld, a documentary about Extreme Studios, just called, it's going to be the Rob Liefeld story. And I had a trailer in mind. It was going to say Rob, it was going to say lie, and it was going to say Feld. But it was going to be very dramatic, and it's going to be all about what it was like to work at Extreme and what it was like to be Rob Liefeld from 1987 to 1998.
Yeah, but to truly encompass Rob Liefeld, you can't do that kind of film. That's from an outside.
No, it would have a bunch of Extreme Studios people, and these guys were all willing to do it with their faces blacked out, telling stories of horror. Dan Fraga, all right, since you brought it up, Dan Fraga, Extreme Studios tour, Orlando MegaCon 1996. Now, it's great to be in Orlando MegaCon. Those of you who
I got to do a little interruption because I got to tell you, Ethan has a habit, and he can make any story sound dramatic before he tells it.
Yeah.
And then he will tell me, he'd be like, hey, something happened. Someone said something about you. And I go, what? They said you were okay. I was like, how did you make that story dramatic? It really wasn't. But the way he told it was so incredibly fascinating.
You cannot tell me that the Taco Bell story wasn't Hitchcockian. I mean,
I've had that same fucking story with just normie.
Look at the chat. The chat is saying, "Shut up, Zach. Go away, Zach. Kick shut up, Alan."
It's not Zach.
Can I back this up just a second?
Yeah.
Can I back this up? I'm gonna pause it just for a second.
All right.
What if you guys were in Dan's situation where you had a boss that would be volatile and you did eat his taco and you know that's going to upset him? How would you have handled that situation? You had three options. You can run across the street, get a new taco.
Yeah.
You can
also he's physically abusive. I mean, this is
These
the thing.
are
Like he traditionally,
tiny.
the thing about
These are little
the thing about Rob Liefeld is, first of all, he's a multimillionaire who holds your future in your hands. You're 18 years old. He's in his late 20s, and you're sitting there at the desk, and you're like, tick tock, a ticket to an era. I'm talking about the funk. When I look into the mirror, got the what? Make it a mirror. The mirror on the wall, and Rob comes by and goes, "Shut the fuck up!" Boom, and smacks you right off your stool.
What the hell was that lyrics from?
That was Dan. Dan used to rap like that.
Dude, that's
knock you the fuck off your stool.
Wait, are you telling me just like that? What was the thing that John Malin knows off the top of his head what an idiot savant definition is? You're telling me that in the front of your brain you have random Dan Fraga lyrics just sitting there ready to go at any moment?
Of course, yeah, because Dan used to call me up all the time. He'd leave me messages on my voicemail like that.
Can you repeat the lyrics slower?
If you'd like. Ready? Tick tock. Take it to an era. I'm talking about that funk when I look into the mirror. Got the what? Miggity mirror. The mirror on the wall. I'm talking about the greatest telephone of them all. Leave your name, your number, a message to. So listen up. This is what you got to do. I said, wait for the beep. You got to leave EVS your name. Got to leave your number.
Hey,
stop.
Wait for the beep.
Funky Fresh. He's getting at the fact that you know those lyrics well.
How does your brain operate like that?
What do you mean?
Because you've had that sword for 20 years and you just recount it like I recount my social security number.
Drawn Sword Graphics says Liefeld doesn't like rap.
That's correct. And he beat the living shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, Dan is really just going out of his way to disrespect Rob from the way I'm seeing it. Now, no one answered the question. Do you go to Taco Bell? Do you do the taco fake where you said, oh, they must have gave us an extra beef taco? Or do you say, I ate it?
I'll fucking answer it right now. I would say I ate that shit sorry, dude, no fucking way. And if he tried to punch me, I'd fucking dick slap him. And then he'd be like, what the fuck, dude? And I'd be
What do
like,
you mean you dick slap him? Does that mean you'd
dude.
slap his dick or you'd use your dick to slap him?
Get the fact that like I'm from Texas, man. We don't fucking deal with that bullshit. So like we get over it real quick, and I'd be like, look, dude, and he'd be like, you want to leave the studio? And I'd be like, no, dude, man, we're still cool. I'm just not gonna fucking bullshit you over some fucking taco.
So Dan Fraga would be sitting in his seat, like just drawing, blood Fraga, whatever, and he'd be like, gotta ask a question, son. Who shit is number one? Got pictures with itches to see my pages when the half's gone.
Stop. Because I don't know if this is real or if you're making it up off the top of your head, but you're messing with my mind.
It's the 90s, dude.
It's not possible to remember these lyrics so exactly.
I'm doing it for you.
Is this etched on your soul in reverse so you can look at your soul in the mirror and read it?
I don't know. I'm trying to tell a story, and you're not.
Ethan,
what?
Today's age, it's okay to admit you like hip hop, man. It's like cool.
I love hip hop. I've never denied that. I'm saying Dan has his own style of hip hop, and that's what he does. He would sit there and
was that he made up?
I guess I don't freestyle.
I'm gonna have to ask Dan about that. I'm like, give me some freestyle, motherfucker.
How do you not know that Dan Fraga can freestyle rap? Everyone knows that about him.
I don't technically know Dan that well.
All right. Well, I'm clearly not getting an answer to my question. So 1996, Orlando, Florida, MegaCon.
So in any case, Dan and everybody, they're excited. It's Dan, it's Matt Hawkins, and it is Marat Michaels and Rob Liefeld, and together they all go to Fun Spot. And if you've ever been to Fun Spot in Orlando, Florida, it's great because they've got those cars. What are they called? The bumper cars?
Bumper cars.
No, you go around a track. You're really
go-karts.
Go-karts. They're on these go-karts together all afternoon, man. You got to go to Fun Spot. It's a lot of fun.
This is constantly sounding like Zoolander scenes.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to tell the story. So they go back to the hotel. They're all sharing 2 hotel rooms, big gigantic hotel rooms because
you do realize that interruptions actually help your story, right?
Well, I appreciate the communication.
It builds up the suspense. I wasn't interested, and now I'm interested.
Yeah, but it's not like, see, the problem is you're building up suspense for something that's a moderate punchline. I mean, that
no,
go, well, that fizzled out.
I still can't believe you can remember Dan Fraga lyrics from 25 years ago.
Ask a question, son. Who shit is number one? Got bitches with itches to see my pages when the half done. And I know what a show they'll be wants to see me. When I'm alone, I get a bone and just happy to be me. You're not a Mac, but you wish you're one. Listen, son, you're just jealous like all the fellas with the Christmas and think you're gonna laugh way out of your mind. What? All right.
I knew some Big Daddy Kane and some fucking 2 Live Crew and shit back then. I don't know what the fuck that is, man. What is
That's
that?
Dan Fraga. Why do you think I'm quoting something? It's Dan Fraga.
I keep thinking of Dan Panosian. I don't know Dan Fraga that well.
All right.
Did Dan Panosian ever rap?
Oh my God! Can we get to the story?
Okay, go ahead.
So we're go-karting all day long with our friends, and it feels good. It feels good to be out there with the boys. The boys together. We're making comic books. We're in Orlando now. We're getting ready for a convention where Ethan Van Sciver is also going to be, but I never met him. And we're having a great time together. And then we go back to the hotel room. We're going to get ready to go to the convention now. We had a good time riding go-karts. Rob Liefeld, a man who picked me out of the gutter, turns to me, and he doesn't turn to Matt Hawkins, who has a nice freckly nose. He doesn't turn to Marat Michaels, Russian immigrant. He doesn't. He turns to me, and he says, not me, but the person who I'm pretending to be. And he says, you stink. You're all sweaty. And I say, I didn't sweat. I'm okay. It wasn't even hot out. He says, you smell like shit. And I said, I don't know what you mean. I smell okay. I didn't sweat at all. You smell, and this guy who gives me all my work.
Okay, come on. The hyperbole is like thick.
Can
man.
you let me tell my story? This is how I'm trying to let you know how I feel.
I gotta tell you, I like the story and I like the interruptions because it builds it up.
Is it for real? Like, is this for real?
This is 100%
I believe this is
for real.
all. I believe this is all 100% real.
From what
But
I've
the
100%.
interruptions build it up.
From what
Right.
I've heard, this does feel real. I just wanted to double check. Okay, please continue.
They're witnesses. And the witnesses, I already told you their names. Matt Hawkins, Marat Michaels. You can ask them. You can say Orlando, 1996. And they'll say, oh, shit, that was the time that Rob Liefeld. Yes, that's right.
Told Ethan Van Sciver he smells like shit.
No, it's not Ethan. It's another character.
It's somebody else. I was there, but I wasn't there. I was there. And at that moment, I was meeting Frank Frazetta, who was telling me to go fuck myself.
No.
When
Ethan
I asked
Van
him to
Sciver
sign,
is like the specter. He narrates the story, but it happens to other people.
Okay, I'm going to be the voice of the audience here. Who actually smelled like shit?
Okay, everyone can tell. Like everyone knows that point, though. Actually,
poor Anna. Anna just put a frowny face in the audience. Anna, I'm sorry.
Well, who? Anna.
Anna just joined Anti-Comics Gate because of your story took too long.
No,
To be fair,
I was responding to something somebody asked.
Anna's on the Doug show with Tim Lim there.
Anna, I'll talk about your web feed shortly. Don't worry.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm just one of those people that like interrupting stories is one of my biggest pet peeves. So
Oh,
No, if you got to go to
And
bed,
it's
go ahead.
okay. I got to go to bed too. I'm tired.
Oh my god!
We'll
Yeah,
finish,
it's gonna bother me
finish
if
the
I don't
story
hear it.
tomorrow.
Hey, Zach, you and I will continue. We'll keep going.
I
You
don't
guys
know
can
if that's
take it from there.
technically
I-
possible if Ethan or if Cecil turns off his stream.
Cecil is from New York. He never sleeps.
I do
You
not.
know what's scary about all this is that, first of all, I have very sketchy internet right now. Storm knocked out my internet. At any moment when I'm trying to convey this story to the audience of 756 people, my internet could conk out and then we'll never get to this story. But
Get
we
to
could
the
have been
point.
finished with this story by now.
Well,
But
So finish telling the story before your internet.
Anna, I can't. They keep interrupting me.
I
No.
barely sleep, but when I do sleep, I'm completely naked.
No, we get it. John Malin is a horrible asshole. Or no, Rob Liefeld is a horrible asshole. And we get it. I've heard all the stories. But still,
Malin is a monster.
he knows what to do. He knows how to get the kids
777
excited,
people.
man. Maybe
if,
he's a
Cecil
little
was, if Kelsey was my employee, I'd smack him.
Mm.
I wouldn't feel bad
employer.
about it.
You would do what the fuck I tell you to do if I was your employer.
No, if you were my employee.
Oh, okay. Yes, I would do exactly. Yes, you could smack me around.
A lot of people are upset in the chat. I'm looking at what people are saying.
What are people saying in the chat?
They
I
want
haven't-
more
I
from
haven't read
Kelsey.
it.
They
I
want
haven't read
Kelsey to
it.
interrupt me more.
I
They're
haven't
saying,
read
"Dear
it.
God,
Chat.
please kill us all,
Yeah.
please."
See, John is a fucking hitchhiker on this show. It's actually the Ack show. In fact, Anna's a hitchhiker too. It's just the Cecil Kelsey show. And we have hitchhikers on this show. It's supposed to be Cecil and I fucking drunk off our ass talking shit about who knows what, and nobody can fucking control us. But then suddenly we were selling fucking books on this show.
Yeah, I'm tired of selling books.
Huh?
I'm tired of selling books.
Yeah, I don't want to sell books. That shit drags this shit down quick, man. But I love what's going on right now because we're talking old school fucking comic
Remember
book
the
art.
90s? I know the 90s were great. I mean, the thing about it was there was a.
They were terrible and they were great at the same time.
I think they were just great. There was so much money.
I agree. They were great. Everything was great.
Yeah.
Every single week in the 1990s was great, even if there was stupid stuff. And one of the biggest misconceptions about the 1990s is that we didn't realize the silly stuff was silly at the time. We knew as soon as it came out, we knew it was silly.
You know what's
Yeah.
amazing? It's like when that X-Men the X-Men. It was an annual that Selfreeze was in, Adam Hughes, and like fucking Greg Capullo was in. I didn't look at Greg Capullo twice, man. I was like, who gives a shit about this guy? I'm in for some Adam Hughes and some, but then and then he did like many years on Spawn.
Wait, what book are you talking about?
The X-Men annual.
Quasar.
No, but it had Stelfreeze. It had Mark.
I remember the one with
gay.
Executioner.
Nobody cares. Finish the story.
They could have just made Quasar gay. Why did they have to make everyone else
Quasar,
gay?
yeah, Quasar was obviously gay from the way he was drawn.
No. This was the X-Men the X-Men annual that had Mojo Jojo or whoever that guy is. That yellow motherfucker.
I know.
Mojo was like in every other annual for like 8 years.
Yeah, it sucked, but anyway, this Gaijin Studios, if you've ever noticed, they do like all of a sudden they'll do a book and all of them are in it. They'll.
Yeah, I remember those days.
This was
Executioner.
This was the X-Men annual. Maybe it was the Executioner. No. I don't remember what you're talking about. Executioner was the X-Men annual that Jason Pearson did.
Yeah,
with Wolverine. That shit was killer.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No. This was before that. And it had Stelfreeze doing a Psylocke and Gambit story where they were like crawling through some tunnels. And then it had an Adam Hughes story that I don't really remember that much. But and then it had Mark Teixeira, who actually did the best shit in that entire book. But I didn't know that shit at the time. But then it had
Marauders. Is that was the Morlocks?
Oh,
Cecil, your lore about your age is breaking down constantly.
Yeah.
You can't be 38 and remember these stories from 1992.
One of my fondest memories is I had a goth girlfriend with like C cups, and when I would come home, I would.
When you were 4 in 1991?
Yep. And I would cup her breasts from behind it, and I would tug her nipples with my forefinger and thumb, and they would stiffen in my hand. And that memory is fantastic.
We've lost 100 people.
I was 4 years old.
What are you talking about? That's a fucking fantastic memory.
I just gotta say again, the whole Cecil persona breaks down if you're younger than 50.
Yeah.
I am younger than 50.
Oh my God.
Oh God. What were you saying about Gaijin Studios, Kelsey?
Oh, what amount?